Hey guys, welcome to or welcome back to our channel. Today I want to talk about an arc that I received from the publisher called The New Mother Today I want to talk about an arc I received from a publisher called The New Mother by Nora Murphy. First, I want to say thank you to Minotaur Books for sending me this lovely copy of The New Mother. I appreciate all of the arcs that I get. Our goal on this channel is to read and review all the arcs that we get. So this is going to be my review of The New Mother. First, let's talk about the cover. This cover screams domestic thriller. I mean, you can tell what genre it is and what it's going to be about based on the title and the cover a little bit, so I love that. I love the green. Green is one of my favorite colors, so I absolutely love the green on this. This picture of this house really gives you a very good idea of the setting of the book, and I think it's catchy. So in this story, you're following two point of view characters. The first one is Natalie. Natalie is the epitome of #life goals. She graduated from an Ivy League school with a law degree. She is a lawyer for a very high-end law firm. So she's got a successful career. She has a very cute, very loyal, very dedicated husband who is also an attorney. So they are just living a good life. And they decide that it's time to have a baby. And they buy a big house in the suburbs in a nice, safe neighborhood, and they have the baby. They have a little boy named Oliver, and when Natalie gets home, she starts to suffer from postpartum depression. And I don't really understand why it's called postpartum depression, because it's the way it's described in this book, and it is described very well in this book. You have a really good idea of the physical and mental stresses that new moms go under, but I don't understand why it's called depression, because it's not really what you would think of as a depression, where Natalie just lays in bed all day and doesn't care about anything and just wants to hide from the world. It's more like a hyper fixation. I mean, she gets overly obsessed and overly cautious with protecting her baby. She kind of doesn't want anyone to hold the baby because of people germs. She wants to be the only one feeding the baby. She doesn't want any formula. She doesn't want, she wants to be the one that takes care of him in the middle of the night. She wants to shoulder all the responsibility. She wants to shoulder all the responsibility on herself and kind of just take on this, what she has an idea of the perfect mom role. So she starts, losing her mind a little bit. That's what it feels like. It doesn't really feel like a depression, so I'm not really sure. If you know why it's called postpartum depression, can you please let me know, because that is something that I've been curious about when reading this book. So she's in a very fragile mental state, and she's tired. She's barely sleeping an hour or two a night, and this goes on for months. And across the street from her in her neighborhood, she has a neighbor, and his name is Paul, and he's the second point of view person. So Paul notices Natalie and that she moved into the neighborhood. She has a new baby. She's kind of losing her marbles a little bit with the postpartum depression, and he is creepy. He is so grimy. I mean, he just not dirty, like doesn't shower grimy, but you get his point of view on things, and he is ugh. I'm not gonna lie, I got halfway through the book and I almost couldn't take the cringe that this author writes. I mean, she's very good at writing this and making you feel emotions. It's so awkward, their relationship, because Natalie, she just wants someone that she can trust to help relieve her from some of these baby duties, and she thinks that Paul is a person to do that. I mean, he is very good with babies. He does, show her that he can help handle Oliver. He has a child of his own that's 10 years old that he's raised, and he stays at home to raise this child, so he's a stay-at-home dad. So Natalie kind of forms a bond with him in her mind that, he can help relieve her from some of these stresses at least a little bit, and that kind of relief gets a little bit addicting to her, so she wants to keep this relationship with him, and she wants to have him help her with the baby. Paul, on the other hand, has not so noble motives. You're not really sure what the motives are, but he is got this planning going on in his head where, he's obviously manipulating her. And I mean, he just gets creepy. Like, he thinks about, maybe he could sleep with her, and that's not where her mind is, but the two of them are kind of drawn to each other for different reasons, and it is so cringy, you guys. It is, if you like that kind of tension and cringe, then you're gonna love this book. So just when I was just like thinking, I was reading along and I was thinking, you know what, I don't think I can handle this book anymore right now, I got to part 3. This is the title of part 3. The Victim and the Murderer. So there's finally gonna be some kind of murder and suspense, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can keep reading. And I just finished this book. It's great. I mean, I thought this book did a very good job of describing people's emotions and feelings and addressing some of the issues with postpartum depression. It starts picking up after part 3 with the murder and murderer, and you just, it starts flying after part 3. I just kind of flew through the last half of this book. So I think you should go pick it up. It came out in May, so it's already out and available. If you like domestic thrillers and you like tension and angst and awkwardness between characters for a little bit, and then you pick up into a big thriller mystery part of the book, this one is a good one for you.